Number 10, presentation of investment report from the quarter ending December 31st, 2018. And Spencer, go for it.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the
Good evening.
council. I will be bringing before you the Treasurer's quarterly investment report for December 31, 2018. The market value of the portfolio as of that date was $112.7 million. Of that, $87 million were city held, which includes $6.4 million of flood control agency funds. $25.7 million trustee held, which is held in various bond issues. $11.5 million net decrease from last quarter. This is not unusual because we have as of December 31st, had yet to receive the lion's share of the revenue through property taxes. Salaries and benefits was about $8.9 million. Flood control, construction costs about $11.7 million. Fifth Street Bridge, we received a reimbursement claim, $6 million, and sales tax about $3.9 million in the quarter. And FEMA and OES reimbursements to the Flood Control Agency for 2017 storm damage made about $3.7 million as the notable transactions. 9 investments matured or sold, 10 purchased, average sold 1.6%, average purchased yield at 2.91. And from this graphic, I'm hoping that you can see that about 61% of the portfolio is in bonds, agency bonds, U.S. Treasuries, muni bonds, corporate bonds, and CDs and commercial paper. And about 12% is in LAIF and 27% in cash and money markets and other cash-like investments. This maturity distribution reflects a conservative portfolio that favors anticipated slight increases in interest rates and modest economic growth in the coming quarters, as well as large construction-related cash flows from both the Fifth Street Bridge and Flood Control Agency projects. I included this slide just to mention yield quickly. You can see the city's yield is 1.92%. Yield is what we expect to earn on our investments. Our portfolio yield has continued to climb. It was 1.53% at the end of the first quarter of 2018 compared to 1.92 today. I want to point out that our portfolio yield does not match the market ever because we tend to hold on to investments to maturity, and we will always be behind the market when yields are rising, like now, and showing yields much higher than the market when yields are dropping, like 6 years ago. Our number one focus, and that of the statutes that determines what we can invest in, are to preserve principal. We never want to invest $1 and have it be worth less than $1 at maturity. This is why the investments available to us are so limited, and why you may hear from anyone who takes interest in the subject that their own portfolio way outperforms the city's. And with that, I'm happy to entertain any questions.
Sounds good to me.
Through the mayor.
There we go.
Just a couple of quick questions.
Yes, sir.
I went through the report. What is our investment policy on holding individual stocks? I mean, I'm not objecting to it, and I get it. You know what I do for a living, but I raised the question because I believe before you said we were basically fixed income, liquidity.
Yeah.
There's stocks in our portfolio. I went right through the big long list that was in the report. Apple was in there. Pfizer was in there.
Okay.
There's a few positions, so I just want to make sure we're clear
Absolutely.
with what's
Absolutely.
in there, because your graphic didn't allude to any equities. It was
Right.
all fixed income. So can you just clarify that for me?
Absolutely. Yes, there are no equities in our portfolio. When you see Apple, those are actually corporate bonds. And so those are a little bit different. And equities would be stocks. And what we need to clarify is that California Government Code 53600 does not allow equities in a portfolio for a public agency, period. But we can hold commercial papers, which are based on a promissory note, and we can hold corporate bonds, and that's what you're seeing.
Yeah, you're good. And I get that. Can we have them update our sheet? Because the others, there's GE, there's a ton in there that's Ford, that's listed as corporate paper. bonds. Those were not listed, and that's the reason I brought it up. It strictly said Apple Inc. So they just kind of forgot the tag on that, and so it was in the detailed report that you
Okay.
sent out. So if they could
Okay.
make sure they're crystal clear, I probably will never have that question again.
Yeah, I'll be happy to make sure that they say bonds. Maybe we can look at the detail together at some point, and you can show me which parts were most
Be glad to.
bothersome.
Thanks.
Perfect.
I have a question then.
Oh, sure. Of course, Mr. Mayor.
Both of you are going to have to try not to laugh. What's corporate paper? He laughed.
Commercial
They're
paper.
both laughing.
Commercial paper is basically it's an alternative to a bond. It's a promissory note that says that if we invest, X number of dollars at the end of a period, and it's usually a shorter term investment, then the whatever the entity is, the enterprise will pay us an agreed upon amount. And so typically we would purchase these, and they might be at a premium, might be at a discount, but in the end they fit into our portfolio because they match a certain maturity.
Thank
so
you.
forth. My pleasure.
Microphone. Very good. Thank you very much.